So, in the military, we have, shall I say, a certain leverage over our staff that we don't necessarily enjoy in the civilian world. You got the Uniform Code of Military Justice and all that. And in fact, in in your book, you mentioned a form of leverage that I have employed in my brief career, and I'm sure many of us have. You mentioned that occasionally, you'd have to call the sailors' parents, right? So now, obviously, in the civilian world, things are different, right? And so you don't have the same levers and knobs to turn and push and whatnot that we do otherwise. And I'm curious, because you clearly achieved superb results, and you've mentioned just now one form of leverage, money, but there's more to it than that. And I wonder if you could discuss for a couple of minutes the knobs and levers of leadership in the civilian world, and kind of how they differ from those in the military. What tools did you have at your disposal, and how did they differ?
Oh, that's a great question. What I enjoyed at Navy Federal, by the way, what did not exist in the Navy, and that was I could give cash awards to people that were really doing it. And I actually enjoyed that more than in the Navy, when I generally just took cash away when the performance was not so good. It was a much better feeling. But everyone wants to be recognized. So I'll tell you a quick story. When I was on the carrier Enterprise, the battle group commander, we were deployed to the Persian Gulf, and we were gone, of course, for 6-7 months. And I said, what can I do to jazz things up and make that it's good for people? And so I put out this, put out the word that anyone that quit smoking for 90 days on the aircraft carrier could come up and see me, and I'd give him my challenge coin, my Admiral's coin. And I said, this is totally on the honor system. When you come up to see me and tell me that you quit smoking, I'm going to shake your hand and give you a coin. I had tremendous success with that. So then fast forward about 10 years later, I'm at Navy Federal, and I get a letter from a chief petty officer that had been on that carrier. And he goes, Admiral, I just want you to know that you gave me that coin 10 years ago, and I have not smoked in 10 years. And that coin is on my desk every day as a reminder. And then he went on to say, and you may not remember this, and I did remember it. I said, when you gave me that coin in the Persian Gulf, you gave me a second coin to take home to my wife, to give her, to say that nothing was possible without her support. He said, she quit smoking, and that coin is on her desk every day. So I got to thinking at Navy Federal, and I started this program called the President's Challenge. It was very similar, and it was on the honor system. We said, you do something good for yourself, your own well-being, and you stick to it for 6 months, I'm going to give you a reward. It was a sweatshirt, or it was a t-shirt, it was something. When I left, we had 12,000 people on that program. And some people did things like, one lady had been smoking it wasn't just about smoking, but she'd been smoking for 40 years. And we gave her a special award when she quit smoking. But the fun part was she had a twinkle in her eye when I personally presented it to her. And she said, well, Cutler, how are you going to know if I don't start smoking again? And I said, well, I'm going to come by and sniff your desk from time to time. And I'll know whether HR went crazy. I mean, they go, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. She did not go crazy. She got the biggest smile on her face. She can assure you. I said, I'll assure you I'll never do that again. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is convey is we all have to find for people that we work with, what are things that we can do that are out of the ordinary? Remember, I don't know whether you ever had swim call when you were in the Navy, but I remember as captain of a ship, stopping my ship in the middle of the ocean and just by surprise, make the announcement on the 1MC swim call. And to watch the crew jump off that ship with smiles on their faces, and even watch some young sailors that didn't know how to swim jump off the ship. But we had lifeguards out for it. But those opportunities exist. You just have to think about them. And that comes from having your people's best interests at heart all the time.